What's up, guys? The prosecutors in Trump's four trials, the 91 indictments, they're worried that the jurors might know Donald Trump is guilty, but acquit him anyway. And here's how the prosecutors think that the jurors could do it. Could a jury acquit Trump even if it knew he was guilty? That's what prosecutors in his election interference cases are suggesting. They asked the trial's Washington, D.C. judge to bar Trump from bringing politics into the courtroom. Prosecutors in former President Trump's election interference case raised the specter of jury nullification. The idea the jury could determine Trump was guilty but acquit him anyway is a new legal filing. The special counsel Jack Smith urged the Washington, D.C. judge overseeing Trump's criminal trial to bar the former president from bringing up politics in the courtroom. Trump has said he's innocent and has rallied against prosecutors, claiming the president, Joe Biden, ordered them to charge him to help Biden win the 2024 election. Now that's just delusional. Biden's flunky, deranged Jack Smith, should go to hell, Trump wrote Tuesday on his social media platform. He is helping his corrupt and incompetent president to destroy America through the weaponization of the DOJ and election interference. Personally, it's Trump who's freaking trying to weaponize the government. Look at what his cronies are doing in Congress. Smith on Wednesday wrote in a filing to U.S. District Court Judge Tanya Chutkan that the allegations against him were baseless but could entice a jury to side with Trump during his trial. The defendant has made clear his intent to introduce evidence and make arguments that are improper, Smith wrote. Smith urged Chutkan to prevent Trump in court from bringing up politics and allegations that his prosecution was politically motivated, which it is a Democrat judge, so she might side with him. Significantly here, where the defendant repeatedly has levied baseless political claims, evidence to argue that serves only to support a jury nullification argument has no relevance to guilt or innocence and must be excluded, prosecutors said in the court filing. But if it's not politically motivated, why are they so scared that the jury might find him not guilty? Jury nullification is when a jury disregards evidence in a case or refuses to apply a law to send a message about some social issue that is larger than the case itself, or show that the law is contrary to the jury's sense of justice, morality, or fairness, the Legal Information Institute at Cornell Law School says. Jury nullification was used before the American colonies became the U.S., when colonists ignored laws to protest British rule. The Boston Tea Party could be one instance. Before the American Civil War, Northern juries used nullification to ignore the Fugitive Slave Act of 1850, which ordered authorities in northern states to return enslaved people to their owners in the South if they escaped. During Prohibition, some juries refused to enforce laws banning alcohol. Doug Linder, a professor at the University of Missouri Kansas City School of Law, said. However, the practice is legally controversial. The Legal Information Institute says there's nothing in the law sanctioning nullification, and juries are not informed in its option. It is instead up to the jury's discretion, the Institute wrote. Some have been punished for raising awareness of jury nullification in Colorado. 2 men who handed out pamphlets praising jury nullification were arrested and charged with jury tampering. But the state Supreme Court sided with them because they didn't hand out the flyers directly to jurors in the specific case, Denver Post reported. While it's unlikely the jurors in Trump's case would use jury nullification to protest the law he's charged under, Smith's latest filings show prosecutors are apprehensive that a jury may be swayed by Trump's allegations that he is being unfairly targeted and let him off the hook by claiming that it is politically motivated. Looks like Trump is keeping them on their toes as far as the court goes. Really. All I know is I am not voting for Trump. Well, I'm not voting for Biden either. But I just want to see where the dust falls in this, people. Honestly. And the way I see it, they can keep all this BS that's going on. It just gives me a headache sometimes. And now with what is going on in the Colorado case where the Supreme Court there kicked Trump off the ballot, today the Michigan Supreme Court said that Trump can stay on the ballot because, according to them, he didn't commit insurrection. Oh, really? Then what do you call January 6th? Was that not an insurrection or what, folks? And now there's like 4 or 5 states, Pennsylvania, Texas, Arizona, Georgia, and Florida are drafting bills to kick Joe Biden off the ballot as a direct response to what the Supreme Court did to Trump. Yeah, it's getting nuts, folks. It really is. Yeah. And I'm looking for that story right now. Yeah, I see. What I don't get is Joe Biden didn't do anything wrong to get kicked off the ballot. all this is just the Republicans. Oh, you did this to our guy, so we're going to turn around and do it to your guy. Yeah. Republicans pull trigger on plan to remove Joe Biden from ballots, which is stupid. Republican lawmakers in 3 swing states have announced their plan to remove President Joe Biden from their state ballots. Aaron Bernstein of the Pennsylvania House of Representatives, Cory McGraw of the Arizona House of Representatives, and Charlize Byrd of the Georgia House of Representatives released a joint statement on Thursday announcing their plan to remove Biden from the 2024 general election ballots in those 3 states. And Florida is jumping on the bandwagon as well. Newsweek reached out to Bernstein, McGraw, and Byrd via email and phone, as well as the White House and Biden's campaign via email for comment. The move comes in the wake of the Colorado Supreme Court 4-3 decision that former President Trump, who is the GOP frontrunner in the 2024 presidential nomination, would be barred from the state's primary ballot. The ruling cited the 14th Amendment, which bans U.S. officials who take an oath to uphold the Constitution from holding office in the future if they gauge an insurrection. The court believed that Trump could not hold office again because of the involvement in the U.S. Capitol riot on January 6, 2021, which is kind of ironic. That's actually my fucking wedding anniversary. Yeah, I was born and I was married January 6, 2015. The move comes, okay. Trump is also facing federal criminal charges in Washington, D.C. for his alleged role in the riot, which took place on January 6, 2021. That day, a mob of Trump supporters stormed the Capitol while Congress was attempting to certify Biden's 2020 win. The riot erupted after Trump made baseless claims that the election was stolen via widespread voter fraud. Yeah. Trump has pleaded not guilty in the D.C. case and called it politically motivated. Oh yeah, this is politically motivated. The 3 Republican lawmakers argued on Thursday that if Trump can be barred from the state ballot, then his likely opponent, Biden, should get the same treatment. Today we are joining forces to introduce legislation to remove Joe Biden from the ballot in Georgia, Arizona, and Pennsylvania, the lawmakers said in a press release obtained by Newsweek. The absurdity of radical Democrat judges removing Donald Trump from the ballot in Colorado will be a stain on the American political system for decades. By their very own interpretation of the law, Joe Biden is 100% not eligible to run for political office. Since when? The press release read, Democrats' insane justification to remove Trump can just as easily be applied to Joe Biden for his insurrection at the southern border and his alleged corrupt family business dealings with China. Biden has been criticized for the massive influx of migrants coming in illegally through the U.S.-Mexico border. Republicans believe in tougher immigration policy to secure the border and curb the number of undocumented and I quote Chip Roy, illegal aliens flooding into the United States. The president has also been under scrutiny by the Republican-led House Oversight Committee, which has been leading an impeachment inquiry into Biden. Biden has been accused of being involved in and benefiting from his son Hunter Biden's former business dealings. The White House has repeatedly denied Biden has ever been involved in his son's dealings, and the president called the inquiry a baseless political stunt to damage or harm my chance at re-election. Political assassination. The Republican lawmakers concluded in their press release, Colorado radicals just changed the game, and we are not going to sit quietly while they destroy our republic. To be clear, our objective is to showcase the absurdity of Colorado's decision to allow all candidates to be on the ballot in all states. To do that, we must fight back as Republicans against the communists currently running our great country. Really, communists. While passing legislation to remove Biden from the ballot is a long shot, the odds are worse in the Pennsylvania House of Representatives, which has a slim Democrat majority. People, this is getting out of hand. Nikki Haley says, the world is on fire. And I do believe the world is on fire. And Christopher Wray said in the Senate hearing, with the influx of the migrants coming in to the U.S.-Mexico border, Christopher Wray said, I see blinking red lights everywhere I look. And Nikki Haley said, we better stop thinking about September 10th, and we better start thinking how we felt on September 12th. You guys have a good night, and remember, like and subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell notification for all recent uploads. You guys have a good night and a happy new year. Peace.